Hey, everybody. Can somebody give me a thumbs up if you can hear me? All right, that'll work. We're going to get started on time in 36 seconds. Geez, we have a $20 million producer up there, Tara. Geez, hi. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started with KW Powerlister. We're going to show you how to do it, how to use it. What we want is, after we've gone through it, for you to ask questions, because we want to dig deep. The goal is that when you get done seeing how we use this, you know how to use it. And then later this week, we're going to show you how to use Memorial Metrics, which is such a powerful tool in helping you really get the listing. This program, we're going to show you makes your listing look beautiful. And then we're going to show you how to get some really cool data if you're not already using our Claris Market Metrics, which we branded Memorial Metrics. So we're going to take you through this process. We're going to go through it the first time kind of quickly, and then we're going to do it again, and we're going to go slower. So you're going to get to see it twice. What we want first is for you to get the experience. So don't worry about taking notes feverishly. Just watch us go through it and what we're doing, because we really want you to be able to adopt this. Our office, as far as listings go, when you compare us with other Keller Williams offices, we blow them away, but we also offer a lot of tools here on listings. This is a really cool one so that you look very, very professional when you're meeting with your clients. So the goal on the first one is just to watch us go through it, and then we'll slow it down, and we would love your questions in there as well. All right, everybody good with that? Is that Carla Schraub? That is so cool. We have a great title person. Carla, raise your hand. Can we take your mic off real quick? Turn your mic on.
Hey, Michael, how you doing?
Doing fantastic. I promise this is not a paid endorsement at all. What title company are you with?
Allegiance Title Memorial.
All of that. Okay. And so what is one way that our agents can help you today?
Well, I just did want to tell you real quick, Michael, this looks like an amazing program with this Powerlister. And I know that your office just is getting the listings like crazy. I was just on another networking group, and Martha had a really awesome listing. So just wanted to let you know what I think is really cool about our location and our team and our company is that we are very like-minded with Keller Williams and with a culture. And we feel like we've created a very unique culture here that really makes our clients and their clients feel welcome at home. They can trust us. We want to be a resource for them. And we're so close. We've got 5 branches around the city. Wow. And one is very close to your office, right behind Taste of Texas.
Right in our old office, right?
Yes.
Very close. Okay, fantastic. When she speaks of culture, and thank you, Carla, we've already given $1 million to Lake Charles, Louisiana, KW Cares has, and they're going to give more. But that's what they've already done already. They've already given out 550 generators to people in Lake Charles, to our agents in Lake Charles and their families. And then they're helping out other people that have nothing to do with KW. That's what culture is. So you want to be with a company with great culture, but you also have to have the great opportunity to grow as well. And that's what this is. So we're growing you, and you're with a company that you can stand behind with great culture too. When you have both of those, it's a perfect marriage. So I'm excited to have you all on here. Sophie's going to be helping out, and we're going to again get started right now. So what's the first thing we do? How do we log into the program?
You're going to go to kwpowerlisterdeluxe.com, and your username and password, it should be your KW email, and your password should be the last 4 digits of your social security number. If you don't have an account, just email me and I can set it up for you. Or if you're not sure of your login, I can also email you your login information.
So if you all want to try that now, and go to kwpowerlisterdeluxe.com, and then what Sophie just said about your email and that part of your social, test it, and let's see if it works. And if it doesn't, we'll get you taken care of. But if it does, give me a thumbs up if those of you want to go ahead and try that. All right. Well, Chris, thank you. Okay. Got a few people that have already gotten in. Is somebody there saying, you know what, it absolutely does not work? Awesome. Thank you, Janet. So I miss the days where we would be walking around the big training room that we have, because I would lose weight because we were getting exercise, and I'm missing that. Just saying. All right. So Lan, yours does not work.
No, people say they can't hear you.
You guys can't hear me? Can you hear me now? Someone give me a thumb. You hear me, Chris? Okay. All right. If you can't hear me, it's on your end. Sorry, because I got people who can't hear me. All right. Is there anybody out there who cannot hear me? All right, cool. So we're good. Okay. So if you cannot log in, we can get you set up. Okay. Now we've logged in. Now where do we go?
So when you log in, it'll bring you to this dashboard. And all you're gonna do is, if you're new and you've never created a presentation, you won't have all of these other projects.
Okay.
So you're gonna press create new presentation. Or if you haven't even set up your agent profile yet, go ahead and set that up with your picture. If you have a logo, your office address, and then your contact details.
All right. So right now we're going to assume that we're going to move forward with this right now and go through the presentation. Adding these things you can add later. We made it really, really easy. If you don't have a logo, a lot of people don't. Most agents don't. So don't think that that's going to hinder you in any way. But let's go ahead and move forward and create a new presentation. Okay. First thing we do, project name. What should we call this project, Sophie?
We can call it 456 West Gray Street.
So we're naming it the name of the listing. You don't have to do that. You can name it the name of the client or whatever you'd like. Name of the listing proves to be the most efficient typically because you're going to be going back here from time to time. Seller's name, you pick it. All right. Now the selling address can be different because let's say I'm an investor and Gray Street happens to be one of my properties. But in this case, we'll use the same address.
So then you're just gonna scroll down and you can choose whatever logo you would like. You can do the KW, you can do the one that's specific to Memorial.
The Fine Luxury Homes is one that you actually need to be a member of the luxury division to have that, or you should have that. If it slipped in, you got it, but it shouldn't. It's one when if you're a part of KW Luxury, then that button should pop up as well. And then we just click save and continue. So pretty easy. And once you've done that, other than loading in the listing address, the other information you don't have to do again. Once you've set your profile up, you're done. So now what goes in it?
So now it's your agent details, which is what you would set up at the beginning. But like Michael said, it's already been set, so it's already in this section.
Sure. For office address, if you want to use your home address, you can. It's probably more professional if you use an actual address. So using Corbindale, or if you're at Energy Corridor, either is fine. And remember, that'll stay. You don't have to change it at all.
And then the agent details tab is the only one that's a little different because it has sub tabs. So you want to make sure you go through all of these first before you go down here to click save and continue. So we'll go to
real
market.
important, agent detail, 5 other tabs. Market data is the one that's important. The rest, not as important. So agent details, about you. And then market details, let's go ahead and pick that listing on gray. That's what, a $3 million listing. So what active listings, we'll go ahead and say in that particular area, there are 15 other listings. Now you're getting this information from HAR. I'm getting it because I'm making it up as I go. Number of pending listings, there are 7 pending in that area. And again, I'm just picking the subdivision. Number of expires in the last 6 months, 2. And the number of closed listings in the last 6 months, 7. So now, average original list price of property, we'll go ahead, of sold homes, I should say. Original list price sold homes, we'll go ahead with $3 million. And again, you'll find this in HAR. Average sold price, we'll say 2.7 million. And then we got to figure out what the difference is. Who knows how to figure out the difference? Come on, basic math, guys. I don't either. Alexa, computer, what is 27 divided by 30?
227 divided by 30 is
I hate Alexa.
7.5667.
Computer, what is 27 divided by 30?
27 divided by 30 is 0.9.
Okay, so 90%. It's really more than that. Okay, average days on market, we'll say 45. That's for sold. Average days on market for actives, we'll say is 40. And you'll get both of those again in HAR. Now she's not clicking save again. Please take a look at that. We're going to letter. And you can put in whatever you want. This is what will show up every time, kind of a welcome to your clients. In this case, we have, unlike most real estate professionals, I have built my business on results and am confident I can deliver results for your, because I love people. You can put whatever you want in there. And that's going to be your staple, and you can update it as you go. You know, last year I was Rookie of the Year. Now, the next 2 are About Me and Testimonials. I strongly encourage you to disregard those 2 because we put in some pages that allow you to customize things, and those 2 are kind of difficult. If you don't have 4 testimonials, it looks weird. And the About Me, if you don't match up in all these special criteria that we've got in there, it doesn't look good. So just do agent details, market data, and letter. So we're going to skip those other 2. You never have to even look at those. And now we're ready to click save and continue. All right, so what do we want to do next, Sophie?
So this is a custom page. So normally what people would do is put a picture of the listing. So you probably will not have all of these that Michael has, but you scroll down to where you see add new custom page. You click that. Most agents do this format where it's just the picture, but you can do just text if you wanted to. And you can do picture and text or text and picture. We're going to choose just the picture option.
Okay, and the reason for this, again, now we're really personalizing it. We're going to put a picture of the listing, and you can probably pull this up just off of Google if you wanted to. If you have enough time, you can certainly take it yourself. So let's go ahead and add the picture. So she just went into selecting the file. You've already saved it. Was that to your desktop or to your pictures?
It doesn't matter. You can save it wherever you would remember you would normally save your pictures. I just always save it to desktop.
Now, if it doesn't take the picture, it's just because it's too detailed, and it'll let you know. It won't allow you to do it, but it really is pretty lenient. And then we want to put a description.
I always just put the address.
Property address. All right. And remember, we're going to go back through this again slower the next time. All right, so now we've uploaded the photo of the property.
Press
Okay, what's next?
Next is the presentation. So you can choose between a standard presentation or a scripted one. We like the scripted one better because it has a step-by-step of what to say and how to properly present all the information that is in this booklet. So it's the last 4 pages of this presentation.
And it also mimics Bruce Hardy, who's one of the top listing agents in this entire company of Keller Williams. Out of 170,000 agents, he ranks in the top 10. So we just copied this guy. We're going to take you to his actual presentation in just a little bit here, but we're picking the scripted. How do we click all of that at once?
You just press select all.
And there you have it.
And then if you did do a custom page like we did, you'll press select custom pages and all of them will pop up. And then you will just choose the one that goes with this presentation. And then all you do is press finish and create PDF.
Awesome. So
Then-
really, we're kind of done here, right?
Mhm.
All right, let's take a look at our finished product.
So to look at it, you're going to press the printer because it's a print preview.
Okay, so here we go. Michael Bosart, Keller Williams Memorial Realty, Keller Williams Realty, the largest real estate company in the United States. As these numbers change here, we update this. This is what the address was of our listing. So that's going to be the thing that was added. Remember that little spiel we had? It's nicely set in with a nice continuous feel to it. We actually brought in some designers that specialize in this. And if you have a brand, your brand would always show up here because at Keller Williams, you are the brand. We are here to stand behind you. It's not about us showcasing our big balloon. That's not us, by the way, but we are here to support you. Now, all the details that we had about this area, the number of active listings, 15, number of pending, 7. You can see we've got it all down here. If you think about this, this is whatever area you want to pick, but you've got to be consistent. If you're going to do a subdivision because there's enough detail in there, that's great, but that means you need to be consistent. Maybe it's an area that's further out, one of these zip codes that's out past Fulshire. Maybe you're going to do a whole zip code, but you've got to be consistent because one thing we always have to do is rely on the fact that people are trusting us. And so we always want to come from a place of integrity. The 8-step selling process. When I show you the Bruce Hardy, and we'll only spend a minute on the Bruce Hardy, I promise you, he goes into, here's my 8 steps. Step 1, understanding current market conditions. Step 2, assessing the value of your home. 3, setting the right price. 4, calculating the bottom line. 5, preparing your home for sale. 6, advertising and marketing your home. 7, going from contract to close. And then he sets you up to buy with them, getting you settled in your new home. Power of pricing. About 2 minutes into his presentation, he goes into why it's so important to price it properly. When you take the class on Claris Market Metrics in a couple of days, you'll see how powerful that program is to be put in with this, intertwine it with it. Comparative market analysis. So you still will provide a CMA. That's secondary to this. It includes the key factors, the key marketing factors. And then on marketing your property, we've got a whole marketing plan, web versus print. We know the numbers are well in favor of the print side, but we do have a graphics department on the 2nd floor. It's ours. As far as Yahoo, Google, and Bing, we show up very, very high in the rankings on all of them. Now we just do primarily Google and Yahoo, but Google really is the granddaddy of them all. Houston property agents, these terms, we don't show up on page 1 every time. We might be on page 3 right now on one of them, but sometime today, they'll get us up to page 1 and we're going to drop back down. but we have a company that does this specifically for us. In 2019, we have the stats: 1% of buyers found their home in the newspaper, 93% went to the internet at some time. Those numbers will change, and we'll get the new stats in about 2 months, and we'll update this. We have 900 different real estate partner sites. As soon as you list with me, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, tonight at midnight, they will be uploaded to these sites, and they vary all the time. And then, of course, our graphics department that we have, if they need that, if you want to include that. Then do not, real important, you guys catch this, do not include this next part in your presentation. This is word for word what you can say, and it matches perfectly with the way the pages flow. It would be weird if you included this, but we have had agents do that, not knowing not to do that. So what do I say? It's all right here, listed out. Now, here's a actual listing presentation. We have these hardbound books. If you choose to come into the office, they're actual glued in. There's a special heating element that we've got here. You can get these. I get them for $500 for 100, so we sell them at cost at $5 a piece. But it looks, you want something really, really nice. If you want to bind it yourself, by all means, you can do that too. You don't have to come into the office. But we do have a really nice setup here that you can certainly use. We want you to use it. All right. So, hey, here's a picture of the property. This is the backyard, by the way, but it's a nice, nice property. And you can include that in there like we showed you with the custom pages. Can we show them where they get the Bruce Hardy video? Yeah, it's got to be somewhere else for that.
Well, it's on the KW Rocks app.
All right, perfect. That's the place where I was hoping we would find it. If you guys all download KW Rocks on your phone, if you haven't already, you want to do that. KW Rocks is specifically for our office. There's a ton of things on here.
It's under videos and then how-to videos. And it's the first one, how to create a listing presentation.
So I know we kind of just rushed through that. Some of you are downloading it right now. I'm on the KW Rocks app. I go into my listing.
You go to videos.
Go to this videos and how to, and then how to create a listing presentation. And this will be how to create the presentation that we just did.
Today we're going to go through how to create a listing
It's Brenda's
presentation on
voice.
KW Powerlister Deluxe.
All right. Then the video for Bruce Hardy, though, we're pulling it right now. So now you go, if you want to see exactly how to deliver it, we're going to go back to listing tools. And there's one, the bottom one says Bruce Hardy listing presentation. And it's really cool because he takes you step by step through this presentation.
Well, Susan, thanks so much for inviting me over to come look at listing your property. What I'd like to do first is I want to take you through the selling process. Now, I've broken the selling process down into 8 steps, and I find if I do all 8 steps, I'm successful and the house sells.
So the history on this was we decided we wanted to get a really good listing presentation, and we found a video. There are 14 of them on KW Connect, which is our site on Keller Williams International. And we decided, who should we copy? Who should we completely rip off? And it was this guy. And so we liked the way he delivered his presentation to this lady, and we hired 2 programmers to copy everything he did. And that's KW Powerlister. We didn't tell Bruce Hardy for 6 years that we did this. I felt weird. And then I showed it to him, and then he loved it. And so he's the only other person in the country that has this, and he has it in all 6 of his offices. All the agents in Washington State where he owns these offices have this program. They use it for their listing. It certainly doesn't hurt his recruiting that he's the person we used. But all you need is that video and this presentation, and you'll know exactly how to say it. And again, we used all the words. in the video that he has, it also shows you the words. We want you to learn how to do listings because listings are leverage. Trust me when I say that. Listings are the best leverage because you can have 5 buyers right now, and some of you are working with 5 or 6 or 10 buyers right now, and you are stuck here. You are spent. You know, there's a storm coming, and if they want to see a house right now, you have to decide, do I want to go do this? You can have 50 listings and be surfing in Hawaii, though. You don't have to be here. You have leverage. And those listings have your name on them. They have Keller Williams' name as well, but it has your name. We're here to support you growing. Listings beget more listings. So use this program. All right, now we're going to take you slowly through the same process we just did. If you totally got it, you know, we're not going to be offended if you hop off, but we want to take you step by step, slowly through it. You guys can ask questions along the way. You can open up your mics, and we're here to take you through the process of how to do this. Okay. So we'll start off by first, remember it's KW Powerlister Deluxe, and we'll start with a whole brand new listing when we haven't done. So we're going to start fresh. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is come up with a project name. This listing, let's sell our office, 950 Corbindale. All right, let's let Karina be the seller. So all we're doing is filling in the information. Are we good so far, everybody? So what's next?
Save and continue.
Save and continue. Okay, can you show me real quick how I would add my logo? So we have a logo there, but let's say I had a different logo.
So there's a couple of places that you can change it. You can go to my agent profile and change it there, or this agent details is probably the easiest way if you're already in the middle of creating a presentation. Just press select to file, and then whatever logo you have saved, you just press on that, you press open, and then it should update. And it kind of gives you this size guide right here if you're having issues uploading a logo.
And guys, if you want to get a logo, upstairs they do branding as well. A branding consultation is not expensive. Naomi is awesome. She's done a number of branding consultations and helped people out with their logos. Tanya Blandini hers is really cool. She's got wings. She's like the real estate angel. So there's any number of things you can get done. It's what she's always wanted. That was her thing. But you can do anything, and they do a really good job up there. You can go to Hatchwise and do it online as well. You have about 5,000 designers all competing for your business. So you put up a prize amount of $200, whatever you want, but 200 gets a lot of them. And you say, okay, I'm a real estate agent in Houston. I love the color purple, and I'd like some edgy curves to it. And now you've got all of these people, while they're supposed to be working on their other jobs, designing your logo. And now you see 50 of them all at once, and you say, gosh, I like number 16, number 22, and number 11 because they look like this. Well, everyone else is listening to that, and they changed theirs up, and now you got 50 more coming at you. And eventually you get something really cool out of it. You can do that process, or like I said, you've got a great graphics designer team upstairs, and they'd be happy to take care of you. Okay, so now we got the office address stuff already in there because we've already added this in. We don't have to do it again. Market data, that's going to change. Let's go ahead and say active listings. Well, in this area, let's say that there's 5. Pending, there's 2. Expires, 2. And then number of closed listings in the last 6 months, 7. Average original list price, we'll go with 5 million. And average sold price, we'll say, is 5 million. They're getting list price here. So that one's pretty easy. We're getting 100%. It's on the market for 180 days. On the sold And on the actives, we'll go, it's also about 180 days. And now we go on to the letter. We're good with the letter because we're not going to change it. We don't care about the about me or the testimonials. So we're ready to save and move on to the next piece. And that was our custom piece. So let's go ahead and add a custom page. Let's go ahead and show them we're going to download something just off online. Let's get a picture of our building, 950 Corbindale. So that's what we're really going to sell. And Karina is our owner. Okay. Is it that?
That's it.
I don't know. That's the back side of it. All right, we will take the back side of it. Commercial guys are going to be so pissed off thinking that we're trying to list a commercial building. I know them. Okay, so now that she's saved that, you can just go in. We're adding it. Did you just save it to the desktop?
I did.
Okay, so just on the desktop. She pulls it up.
And if you see this, it says your picture will not be uploaded or will be uploaded when you press save. So don't be confused when it doesn't pop up right away.
Okay, so now we just click continue. And now, again, we can choose, let's open one of these up if we could. Perfect. This is the non-custom, this is the one where you're picking the pages, and you can choose to add these in, and you can go through, scroll through them and decide which ones you like. We wanted to make it cookie cutter easy because if you have to think, a lot of times we won't. We just want to go with default. So let's pop out of that and let's show them again. Two choices up here on top. You have the standard or the scripted. We're picking the scripted presentation. And we're going to also bring in, we're going to click that button to get all the pages of it. She clicked on the select our custom page.
And you can select multiple custom pages if you wanted to include, you know, the inside pictures of the property and not just the exterior.
Okay. It would be weird if you had inside pictures of the property because you haven't listed it yet. So careful there, but sure. All right, let's take a look at it. We're going to click the printer. Still looks the same, nice and clean. Remember, we didn't have to redo any of this. That all's going to stay the same. These are our details, the listings, the pendings, the solds. 8-step process. I've listened to the Bruce Hardy. Let's take it down to our,
Go to the custom page.
yeah, let's go to the custom page. And there you go. All part of our presentation. Guys, was that pretty easy? Do we have any questions on this part?
Would you recommend for new agents to just go with the basic scripted one until we have it down and we've just nailed it?
I have agents that make $500,000 a year that use the scripted one.
Okay,
So
awesome, perfect.
I promise you, it does not bring you in a lower status,
Right,
right? Because we copied the best of the best. So there's a couple of ways to get listing presentations. How do you get listing presentations? That's the challenge. And on Thursday, we have the class on how to use the program that'll help you get the listing, because now you've shown this and you've shown your comps, but there's people with 10 times your experience, or we've got a lot more listings under their belt. This Claris Market Metrics program that we use really helps raise that up. we're at over 90% when an agent uses that program. Seasoned or not, we're at over 90%, and that includes people that are not friends of the agent, because that's the data I care about. If it's your mother and they don't list with you, it's awkward. But the other piece of this is, on Friday, we're going to be showing you what agents are doing to get business. And I'd love for you guys to come in on that. There was one agent, there were 50 agents, and if you missed it at Mega Camp, it's sad because this is good stuff, but she was so good on farming an area. How does she knock on someone's door first off? Because you're petrified to do that. When she shows up, they want to answer because of what she's providing them. And if you're here on Friday at 1 o'clock, I'll show a clip of what she specifically is doing, and then we'll show you where you can download her information. For now, let's get this listing presentation down. If you'll do this presentation for me, specifically the Bruce Hardy presentation, I pay you $200 to do the presentation for me. And all I ask is that you listen to the audio, the video of Bruce Hardy, and that you practice delivering the presentation to somebody other than me 2 times. Please don't practice it on me. Please have already shown it to your spouse and practice it with them. Then you just book an appointment with Sophie at executiveadmin@kw.com and at kwmemorial.com, executiveadmin@kwmemorial.com, and then present to me. And yeah, we'll probably have some tweaks, but we're here to help build you. We care about you. We really, really care about you, not just capping. Capping's great for us. We want you to make it at a high level, and that's what we're here for. So do a presentation for me. Set the appointment, don't back out. Practice it 2 times with someone else, and then come to me. And then let's really build you up, okay? Guys, do we have any questions on this? Is everybody good?
I do have a question, Michael.
Yeah.
I got lost at the place where you're selecting the presentation template. Do you select all? Is that what you were recommending, to select everything?
Yeah, let's go back to that, Sophie. And thank you for asking that question, Kim. So now we click on the printer.
No, the pencil to edit.
Are we going to edit?
Yeah, because she wants to know if we, you're talking about this last step.
Correct.
Okay, yeah. When we went to scripted,
Mm-hmm.
we pressed select all.
On the right side.
Right. Okay.
And again, when you watch the Bruce Hardy video, it's going to flow perfectly. If you take out some of those, it's going to just, that's okay if you do that. And when you're presenting this to me, you don't have to hit everything. You have to hit the key parts that are in those 4 pages on the bottom. But this is about building you. You don't want to wing it. A lot of agents get into this business because they kind of wing it, and they're the best salespeople in the world. And guess what? They fail in this business. The ones that come prepared, give it that extra 30 minutes. You're worth it, right? You're worth it. You guys are all worth it. Treat this like it matters, and you can do extremely well in this business. Do we have any more questions on how to do it? It doesn't matter what it is. All right, so you all would be able to do a presentation on your house right now if you had to. Okay. Hilda, did you shake your head no? What was that? It's that easy, guys. Getting the presentation together is that easy. A lot of people don't show up with them because they don't know what to do. You have your comps, you have this, and please, 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 if you haven't taken my class on Claris Market Metrics, we're going to cover that in a couple of days, and that'll make a difference on Thursday. Yeah, same time, same place, different Zoom number. Okay. If you wanted to get a step ahead, I would strongly recommend, can we pull her up? Our girl on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. We already had her.
Probably did. All right, guys, want to just show you a piece of this. This lady, she started 5 years ago. She's at 70 million right now. Right? She was at 50 million last year. She started 5 years ago. There is nothing special about her. Her parents weren't mega real estate agents that handed this to her. Those are the stories that matter to me. And don't get turned off as soon as you see somebody doing really well, because it's different in California. It's a lot more competitive in California, I promise you. You need to trust me on this. But the way she carries herself, you know she was going to be successful. Her name is Rachel Adams Lee. She was one of the speakers. And if you make Mega Camp, you get to see all these great speakers. And what are they doing? Look, I've got ADD at a very high level. I'm not in a position to listen to somebody for 2 hours. I can't do it. But I can listen to somebody for 15 minutes and absorb it. I can force myself to listen to somebody for 15 minutes. You should take a look at what she's doing. Like this best door knocking script. Is my audio on?
Let's just double check.
This one?
Mhm.
And all right, give this 5 minutes, guys. 5 minutes.
Hello, my friends. Rachel Adams Lee here. Guess what we're talking about? We're talking open houses.
No.
How many of you are ready to rock your open houses
I want to see the other one. Hold on. Best door knocking scripts.
to the next level?
She lies. I promise you. That one's really good too. They're all really, really good. But I want you to see this one. Door knocking win, Rachel Lee Adams double, lead conversion.
Scroll down. Your mouse is scroll down.
I'm going to give you the mouse. You want to do it right, give it to a 23-year-old.
Here's all her.
So, and she shares all this with everybody, like $70 million producer, here, take it and copy it. How to team, don't care. How to get luxury market, okay, peer group, passive, algorithm, dad. Oh, okay. Does anybody see the one about farming an area and knocking on her doors? That's door knocking script. That's the one we just did, but she said open houses. I promise you it's that one. Click on that one.
Yes. Is it this one? This one knocks on the tips?
Yes, it's that one. Something like that.
Offer something of value. Now,
That'd be it.
where
And she talks fast.
knock, knock, knock. Who's there? Oh, it's your future happiness knocking. It's your future success knocking. Oh, you didn't know that you liked door knocking? Let's change that. My name is Rachel Adams Lee, and I am a real estate agent. I'm also a coach, and I actually started my business door knocking. So in 3 years in the real estate industry, I went from a brand new agent not knowing how to do anything to a top 1,000 agent in the country for the Wall Street Journal. Now, my first year, it looked a little bit like this. I door knocked 200 doors a week, and I did 3 open houses a week for the first 8 months. Let that sink in for a minute. 200 doors a week knocking, and 3 open houses a week for the first 8 months. Now, I was able to close 39 units my first year, and then 109 the next year, and then 123. Now, I'm in my 5th year of real estate, and while I don't personally door knock all the time now, my team still does, and I wanted to share with you some of my tips and tricks that I feel made me really successful, in hopes that you might get some tips as well. Because I think for a lot of people, there's fear associated. They're like, oh, no, Rachel, I could never door knock. That's not me. That's you. I have to tell you, it absolutely could be you. But what you have to think about is, are you adding value to these people on the other side of the door? Because if you have that attitude, ugh, I'm bothering people, no one's gonna wanna hear from me, I'm just messing up their day, well, guess what? Then they aren't gonna wanna hear from you and you are messing up their day. So what if you did just a little tweak? What if you did a little mindset tweak? What if you thought, well, gosh, a house just sold for $25,000 over asking in this neighborhood. What that means now is prices are going up in this neighborhood, and sellers, they don't even know they're sellers, but they need to know this. What if they've been wanting to buy another house? Maybe they're ready to downsize because the kids are out of the house, but they said, well, we'll just wait till the market goes up. And the market's going up, but they don't know it. Well, what if you're that real estate professional that can show them that? So the first thing, go in with a positive mindset. Know that you're adding value to these people and you're contributing to their lives. And in fact, when I started door knocking, I thought about this. If I was sitting on the other side of the door and somebody was knocking on my door, how would I want to feel? How would I want to think? And
What do you guys think? All right, so you can download her, Rachel Adams Lee, and she would love for you to subscribe to her page. Costs you nothing. One of the contributors at MegaCamp. So that's the kind of stuff you get. 70 million in 5 years. So some of you are in your first year. If you get to 70 million in 5 years, you're making about $2 million. Not bad. So just kind of putting it out there. Take advantage of the stuff that this company offers. Get that listing presentation perfect. Do not let this hour that you spent with us go to waste. And if you could be at the other class where we're going to show you how when you show up to a door, you have something of value, because that's in that other thing that we've got in a couple of days in that class on Thursday. You'll have great information to provide, and we have people that farm using that, and they have listing inventories of 20 properties because they use that tool. And some of you on this call have been with me for several years. You may not be using it right now, but I have new agents using it, and they're having immediate success with it. So incorporate this with this, what she's doing with that tool. Like she's going to talk about including, where's the best place to see the fireworks, during July, and where's the best place to get pumpkins during October. That's great. But in addition, when you show them all these stats that we have that are beautiful and they come out fresh every month, and you get them here because you're a part of Keller Williams Memorial, we buy these. Use that for a neighborhood, because you can pick that neighborhood and show that. You will impress the heck out of that area. And now you've got a great listing presentation. So you're going to be hits. I just want you to use it. All right, guys. Everybody great? Awesome. You guys, thanks for coming today. And you can come back. We do this class about once a month. Love to continue helping you. And please share your successes with me.
And if you need login help, please email me at executiveadmin@kwmemorial.com.
Can you post that in the chat real quick, please? Post it so I could take a picture with my phone.
Got it? Awesome, guys. Thank you. And guys, be safe. It looks like it's going to get a little funky out here. All right, everybody. We'll see you.